Good morning, everybody. My name is Carlo Figuettalamanca. I'm an Italian engineer, and I have been living in Cambodia for the past 10 years working on what I'm going to present today. The problem of clean cooking in the world is that there's 3 billion people that cook with charcoal or wood every day. And besides having an impact on the environment in terms of deforestation, it actually also has an impact on the health, especially of women and children, who actually end up to even deaths of 4 million people per year. So what is my solution? I'm holding it here in the hand. This is a clean-burning, eco-friendly charcoal briquette, a substitute for traditional charcoal. How do we produce it? We actually transform coconut shells or other biomass waste with a factory, with industrial engineering processes and innovative technologies to produce this product. So we are not an application of renewable energy. We have a factory that manufactures clean energy. And to who do we sell it? Here you can see a selection of our customers. There's street food vendors, restaurants, households, and there's one intruder here. This is Ed Monteau. He's a celebrity chef from Singapore. And he has cooked for Vladimir Putin, for President Bush, for Tiger Woods. And why does he use it? Because it's a good product. It's not just an environmental product. It's really good. And how do we know that our customers like it? Because they pay for it. They buy it. And we have been selling this to our customers. And our business model is not about selling it to them once. They burn it. So if they need more, they have to actually buy it again. And they have not only been buying it again and again. Every year we have more customers that decided to switch from unsustainable charcoal to this clean burning charcoal. And what's the impact of our environment, of our commercial performance? We save trees. We were able in our last 7 years to save a forest area in Cambodia of about 500 football fields, which translates into CO2 emission reductions of 6,000 tons. And at the same time, we provide clean cooking fuel to about 6,500 families in Phnom Penh every month. And what is actually also not here on this slide is that we have an impact in terms of the creation of jobs. We have a factory with 42 employees that produce this product. And I call it a little bit like the Toyota factory of charcoal, because this factory is producing charcoal, but we are producing it with innovative technologies like our dryers here, where we actually have, where the heat produced during the charring of the coconut shells is recycled to dry and the char briquettes in the production process later on. And also we design and build the machines ourselves, but most importantly, we put together very efficient production lines that enable us to produce this high-quality product at a competitive cost. And where are we today? We are fundraising to get to $2.5 million, which we need mainly to build a new factory. This is the factory that we have already designed for Cambodia. Looks amazing outside. You should see how cool it looks inside. But what we want to do is actually to franchise our model, and since we had such a success in Cambodia, to start building factories everywhere in the world. Wherever there is an urban center where they use charcoal, we can build a factory that can produce clean energy, provides local employment, and saves the environment. I think we really went to the next level. We are not just producing clean energy. I think today we stepped up to the next level where we are building factories that produce clean energy.
Thanks a lot. Supply chain issues. To what extent is your supply of the coconut shells secured? And what are the challenges? Are there alternatives from the coconut shells to any other form of dry biomass?
True. Okay. Our issue in supply chain is that sometimes our supplier call us and they say, come and pick up the coconut shells or whatever biomass we collect from them. We don't only use coconut shells. We can use palm oil kernel. We can use bamboo. We can use palm oil, already said it, sugarcane bagasse. So there's mainly a lot of biomass alternatives. All agricultural waste, biomass waste. And actually they call us to go and pick it up. So we actually also provide a service in terms of waste to energy and cleaning up the city from this waste. Also industrial waste from gasifiers.
So this is really exciting, and the work that you've done in Cambodia is phenomenal. What kind of support are you getting from the ecosystem players within Cambodia, particularly government?
Yes, that's, we are actually, we have been so convincing in Cambodia about the good work that we do that the government has granted us VAT exemption. So since traditional charcoal, which is completely unsustainable, which is produced from cutting the trees in the natural forest, doesn't pay any tax, we were able, we applied, and the government has granted us VAT exemption to be more competitive with traditional charcoal. And we, as you can see from our sales data, that really helps, and we are competitive.
You know, perhaps a conventional wisdom would be that to try to drive people to using renewable energy from solar or wind or something like that and try to change people's behavior. And yet here you are making a briquette for burning. Yeah. How do you address that, and why is your solution better?
You're from the States, right? And I bet you also do barbecue on Sundays when you watch football games. Do you do barbecue on solar panels? And actually, so it's not about, it's also in developing countries, there's a strong cultural component. You cannot just tell them stop doing it. In Cambodia, the people think that cooking rice on charcoal in a pot tastes better than if you're cooking on LPG. So you can tell them that's not true, they don't believe you. So what do? We provide a sustainable alternative. We say, you want to use charcoal, use this one, because with this one, you don't have an environmental impact. Actually, we protect the environment. How we protect the environment? Traditional charcoal, unsustainable charcoal, is a cost for deforestation. When we produce this charcoal, we cut 0 trees, and therefore we could measure how many trees we have saved by producing it, and actually also measure how many CO2 emissions, tons of CO2 emissions we have saved. And this is an ISO certification saying it, and third-party organizations that are measuring it.
My question is, if you were to win here, how would you use that money? And I think you have plans to expand into Africa. Could you tell us why you think this model would transfer well into another continent?
Yeah, we have, I think the strength is not that we have invented the char briquette. There are other char briquette projects around the world. Our strength is the production process, and it's like a plug-and-play box. It's really a turnkey solution, and we just need to put it in a place where you can feed in the raw materials. And agricultural waste, we have found, I mentioned before in Otago, like there's a lot of palm oil production, so palm oil kernel are very good raw material. Indonesia has a lot of coconut shells and coconut oil production. So you just need a place where you have the raw material and you get out this product on the other side, and we take care of everything that is in it. So it's really like a plug-and-play solution that you can just replicate everywhere in the world, and we don't want to replicate 1 or 2. This has the potential to start building factories all around the world, like 50 or 100 factories in every developing country where there's charcoal consumption.
Carlo, tell us a bit more about how you engage local communities in your production and activities.
Actually, I'm happy that I get the chance to talk about it because it's not related, but we are in big urban areas. We are located in the suburbs, and our workers were former waste pickers. We partner with local NGOs to employ people, and we provide them with a stable job and 13-month salary, health insurance. And actually, we ask them one thing in return. If you want to work in my factory, you have to send your child to school. And this, we do it through a partnership with local NGOs. But this is, as I said, as an entrepreneur, we create jobs, and we can also try to have a local impact. In terms of customers, our customers, we provide them with a healthier, clean cooking fuel, and that's why we are members of the Clean Cooking Alliance, the Global Alliance for Clean Cooking was called before, and we are a leading member where we also received grants in the past. And maybe just to finish, if I have 20 seconds, if we win this, it would really help us. First, visibility. Grant money would also, the prize money would also help. Especially, for example, for patenting, that we could use the money also to patent our technology, but also with the context that we would need to roll out all over the world, building factories that produce clean energy.